jump straight into the fight. Your charge, Martin Bakole is taking on Carlos Takam. Look, we've seen a lot of tape on Carlos Takam, but I wonder, in your own words, what's your scout report on Carlos heading into the weekend?
Carlos is a very tough, durable, capable opponent who will give people a hard time if allowed to. However, in this fight, I'm hoping he won't be allowed to, and I think he's tailor-made for Martin, if I'm perfectly honest.
Are you surprised to still see Takam around the outskirts of the top of the heavyweight division, given his age and fight style?
No, really. He's a tough, very fit. I looked at him last night. He still looks very fit for his age. If you're 42 and in that condition, fair play to you. So as long as he's enjoying it, and as long as he's not getting badly beaten, and he's enjoying it, and he's earning a living, why not?
Were you surprised by his victory over Tony Yoka?
No, not really. I think, if the truth be known, Martin punched the fight out of Tony Yoka. He gave him a far greater beating than what Carlos Takam did. If you looked at the results on BoxRec, it looks as though it was a close fight with Martin. Martin won 9 of the 10 rounds, put him down twice, and remarkably, a judge gave it a draw, and 2 other judges only gave him it by 2 rounds. So if they never got their knockdowns, it was a draw. It was a scandal, an absolute scandal. Each and every one of those judges should never judge a fight again.
Billy, look, there's obviously a great opportunity for Martin on a real big platform, on a real big event. He's got to get through the challenge of Carlos Takam. But what exactly is on the line in terms of the next step for Martin should he get through with a victory?
Well, I know it's on the cards, but I don't try not to. I'm not in any way, shape, or form overlooking Carlos Takam, because we respect him too much. But there is things in the pipeline. Even Martin doesn't know about them yet. So that's the way we work, and that's the way he wants to work. He doesn't want to know what's. So if we fall flat on our arse on Saturday night, all those fights are away gone. You know, you'd be back down at maybe British title level, or that the equivalent of. You know, so we don't look at that. We're fully focused on Carlos Takam on Saturday night. He'll get my full attention, and it deserves a full attention.
Those in the hardcore boxing fraternity understand that Martin Bakole is a good fighter, and understand that he's not really fancied by some people. But why do you think some promoters have pushed kind of Martin to the side of their focus, but he's also getting a big opportunity here?
Well, we're very, very lucky that Spencer Brown and Queensberry offered us this opportunity. People know how good Martin is. Unfortunately, I think I'm a great believer in iron sharpens iron, and when Martin first came to me, we sparred with the elite British heavyweights, and he gave them all kittens, basically. And the heavyweights, for me, some of them anyway, are the biggest shit houses in boxing. They talk a great game and don't deliver. Just don't deliver. You know, I could embarrass some of them, but I wouldn't. But they know how good Martin Bakole is. Everybody knows how good he is. That's why they won't fight him. I mean, why does, for talking sake, Anthony Joshua not call him out? Now, he's obviously, Joshua's an ex-world champion and a fantastic fighter, a great guy. But why does he not call him out? Why no Martin Bakole number 2 in the world? And I'm sure Anthony Joshua's 1 or 2 behind him in the rankings. Why does Derek Chisora no shout him out? Why does Dylan White no shout him out? You know, any of them.
Before we get into the fight mix, first of all, just wanted to ask you, what's Martin's current status with Boxer? Is he aligned with Boxer still?
Still with Boxer at this present moment in time, aye.
Now, jumping into the fight mix, first of all, the story that's doing the rounds and has done the rounds and always does do the rounds. You champion Martin as much as any trainer champions their fighters to the hilt, and the stories come out of the sparring of how good Martin is. First of all, I just want to ask you, have we seen this version of Martin in the sparring in the ring yet.
Let me tell you something, right? Martin got a bit of a hard time for beating the guy, Stravinitsky, his last opponent. Stravinitsky was an Olympian for Ukraine. Now, if Stravinitsky was fighting Anthony Joshua on an Eddie Hearn show, they'd have you believe he was the next best thing. But they would. Just, they're behind the fighter. This guy's a decent fighter. The guy's a decent fighter. Martin dismantled him in 3 rounds, I think. Was it 3 rounds? 3 rounds. It should have been stopped in the second. The referee really should have stepped in because he was taking shots that are no good for your long-term well-being. But you've not seen the very best of Martin Bakole yet, no.
Now, the story going around is that Bakole stopped Usyk in sparring. Can we get the details on this, or as much as you'd like to give out here? What's the situation?
Well, the truth of the matter is that I wasn't there because Oleksandr Usyk's team don't allow the trainer, even though I'm his manager as well, they don't allow managers or trainers in the camp, supposedly. But Martin told me he dropped him a body shot and he stopped sparring. So it's quite simple. It happens, doesn't it? It happens. He's no infallible. As Daniel Dubois, well, that was, Daniel Dubois hit him downstairs, hurt him. Joshua hurt him, and I think it was the 8th or 9th round. Everybody can get hurt in boxing, mate. Don't think because he's a magnificent fighter that he is, that they don't get hurt. Of course they do. But yes, he did stop him. But he stopped plenty of guys. Loads of guys. So it's just another spar. But he did say Oleksandr Usyk's a magnificent fighter.
In terms of the options available to Bakole forward from this fight, look, this Michael Hunter rematch, is it still on the list of possible fights? We've seen the back and forth between yourself, Martin, and Michael. Nah.
Michael's had his chance. He's had a couple of chances to come. Said no. Well, what is he doing? Is he still in that 1 round tournament?
No, I believe he had a fight. It was recently. It was on a lead up to maybe Canelo Charlo. But he's not with. I think the season's finished for the TCL, and he might continue on with the TCL if they do another season.
Well, that shows you where his priorities lie. Martin Bakole's fighting in the biggest event possibly the world's ever seen in Saudi Arabia. So Martin's went one way, and Michael's went the other. So we're concentrating on getting hopefully mandatory position for the WBA. And a fight for the world title, whereas Michael's content doing whatever he is doing in America and in that tournament. So let him do that. We don't care about Michael Hunter. I would love the fight again because we want to right the wrong, but I don't see it happening now.
Char versus Miller has fallen through. A lot of boxing fans respectfully rejoiced at that, but Char's looking for an opponent. Is that a fight potentially too down the line?
The circumstances behind who challenges Manuel. I've offered the fight to our promoters, but I don't think financially it can be done for us with them. So very unfortunate. That's a fight. That would be a relatively easy fight for Martin and most folk because he's been out of the ring 3 years.
You mentioned there about Anthony Joshua's never called Martin Bakole's name. So in a time when Joshua was searching for an opponent, when White had to pull out and Helenius come in, and in the time now he's searching for an opponent again now too, Bakole's name has never come up.
There's my phone. Eddie's got my number. Frank Smith's got my number. If they want to fight in December, we're here. We'll take that fight, no problem. They know we'll take the fight. But to be fair to Eddie says Martin's too dangerous. And he is. So, he's got a wise head on his shoulders as Edward.
Billy, just to get your thoughts on Anthony Joshua's current status at the moment. Innovative training method. I don't know if this is something you'd use in the future for Martin, but he's looking to stay some time in a darkness retreat. What did you think of that?
It's a wee bit like living in some of the houses in Glasgow that I've been in. No, I'm only kidding. Well, if it works for him, I don't see what he'll get out of it. I really don't see what you get out of that. You know, it's like, I suppose it'll be like a couple of weeks in the digger in the jail, wouldn't it? No daylight, wouldn't it? Why you'd want to do that to yourself, I don't know. But hey, if he thinks it'll work for him, crack on. I'd rather see my wife and my dog every day, and rather than sitting four walls pitch black. No thanks.
There was a little bit of a confusion when Joshua said that he's in the process of changing trainers. It's been clarified maybe that he isn't changing trainers again, but what did you take from that comment and the potential of Joshua changing trainers again?
I don't take anything. It's none of my business. It doesn't concern me. It's, too many people are concerned with other people's business. Focus on your own. Get that right, and everything will be all right for you and your fighter. That's the priority. No, what Anthony Joshua does, where he goes. Anthony's all the man he's ever going to be. He's 31, 32-year-old. He's all the man he's ever. He's made very good decisions in his life. Wealthy man. Good on him. He's made more he's made more good decisions than bad, and if you can do that in life, you'll do okay.
That's fair enough. I respect the response. If I could just pick your brain finally on a couple of predictions as it pertains to the main event here this weekend. Look, Ngannou's coming in as a crossover, and us boxing fans don't really give him much of a chance. Some of the UFC fans are heralding him and saying it's a good opportunity for him to earn some money, which you don't really get in the UFC sphere. But do you feel he can do anything in the ring to cause Fury problems?
No. Nothing. He'll be way out his depth. Way out his depth. Great as he is what he does, his own discipline, but he'll be way out his depth, and he'll find out very, very early. If Tyson puts it on him, he'll find out very, very, very quickly the difference.
From the knowledge you've gained from Martin Bakole's spars with Fury and with Usyk, has it changed your opinion as to how an undisputed fight between Fury and Usyk would go?
If I had never seen Martin sparring Tyson Fury, and I've obviously not seen him spar Usyk, I've always maintained that Tyson Fury would beat Usyk, basically because his IQ. Anthony Joshua done some things correctly against Usyk, but Tyson Fury will do many things correctly. Many things that Anthony Joshua didn't do. Feet movement, stepping in behind the jab, using the jab, throwing more punches. I believe he'll stop Usyk. But I've always maintained that Tyson would beat him.
You'll be somewhat facing off against the Furies in a sense because you got Lee McGregor taking on Isaac Lowe in December. First of all, do you feel this is a good fight for Lee trying to bounce back and somewhat rebuild?
Oh, it's a good fight. Things went terribly wrong for him leading up to that last fight. Lee's been with me about 7 weeks now, maybe. I've changed his style completely. You're going to open your eyes when you see him. But I do believe Lee has the potential to be a world-class fighter, and I think if he shows what he's been showing in the gym in the last few weeks, and he will. I mean, we've still got another 5-6 weeks to go before that fight, and if he continues to improve at the rate that he is, you're going to see a right good performance from him. A right good performance. He's so hungry.
Have you seen Isaac around Riyadh yet?
No, not yet. No, I've actually when I've been down in Tyson's gym with Martin, I've done a bit of work with Isaac. Lovely guy, absolute bonkers, but a lovely guy. Lovely guy. A good fighter, very fit boy.
Billy, I'll leave the final word with you as to what we can expect to see from Martin Bakole this weekend against Carlos Takam.
Well, I'm not a mind reader, but hopefully an excellent performance, and all we look to go home with is a victory and move on.
Looking forward to the fight this weekend. Thank you for speaking to SecondsOut, sir. All the best.
All the very best to you. Take care.